Imagine using this to give almost any surface a beautiful stone or tile finish, as easily as painting. With RollerRock, there are no intimidating tools to use, no complicated techniques to master, and no worn-out knees or backs when the job is done. From a comfortable standing position, you can now quickly and easily roll a tough stone finish onto all kinds of floor and wall surfaces. RollerRock is a pre-mixed, multi-surface, roll-on stone coating that delivers results tailored to your specific requirements and taste. It comes to you in 9 popular store tinted colors and can be custom colored by your Deitsch Coatings dealer as well. Whether you want to quickly dress up a drab concrete porch or pool deck, add a safer, more slip-resistant finish to steps and entrances, transform your garage floor, or easily create a beautiful tile finish in your bathroom, you can do it all with RollerRock. RollerRock is installed in 3 easy steps. Roll on Deitsch Coatings textured primer, apply RollerRock, and roll down one of the recommended Deitsch Coatings sealers for your specific project. RollerRock is a semi-translucent formula, which works with the colors beneath it to create the look of your completed finish. With this in mind, it's possible to get effects that offer very attractive visual depth. In turn, rolling down a coat of Deitsch textured primer creates an optimum work surface and also lends character to the final appearance. Each RollerRock color comes with its own primer color, which has been chosen to provide optimal visual appeal and contrast. If you wish to experiment, however, your Deitsch Coatings dealer has a selection of additional primer colors you can choose from as well. Depending on your project and desired results, RollerRock is installed using one of the following 3 rollers. For excellent stone-like slip-resistant finishes on exterior surfaces, the RollerRock Stone Texture Roller is an effective application tool. It's great for porches, steps, walkways, and more. It's also ideal for adding beautiful textured finishes to foundations and other exterior walls. For a more semi-smooth choice, the Tile Texture Roller creates an attractive, speckled ceramic tile finish on interior floors as well as around pool decks and shower areas. It's also used in combination with the Stone Texture Roller for creating a very functional and attractive garage floor finish, which we'll discuss shortly. And finally, there's your standard 1/2 to 3/4 inch paint roller. It produces a slightly smoother, modified stone-type texture that also provides good slip resistance and additional cleanability. When using a standard paint roller, pick one with a looser fabric that will move the stone around more effectively. Okay, let's start using some RollerRock with the rollers we've just discussed, beginning with the Stone Texture Roller. Applications with this roller are generally performed in 1 or 2 uniform coats, depending on the look you prefer. For a more speckled, translucent RollerRock finish, like this, in which much of the final look and color is dictated by the primer coat beneath it, you simply apply 1 uniform coat of RollerRock over the surface area. If this is the look you prefer, 2 coats of primer should be applied beforehand to add additional overall durability to the finish. So let's go ahead and do one. Here we have a roller tray filled with Harvest Tan RollerRock, a prime masonite board, and the Stone Texture Roller. There's really nothing to it. Just roll it down like this, taking care to distribute it evenly over the surface. For texture, simply roll over the wet product a few times to stipple up the material and let it dry. There's your 1 coat application. Now let's do a 2nd coat to create a more uniform stone-like texture. Nothing could be simpler. Just add a 2nd coat of RollerRock in the same color or in a different color, just as you did on the 1st coat. All you do is roll in your preferred color, like this, in random directions using light roller pressure. Then, pass the roller over the surface for final texturing and color blend. Since this finish is more solidly covered by RollerRock, only 1 coat of primer is required beforehand. Here's one we did previously over a flagstone stencil pattern. Let's pull up the tape and see the final result. There you have it. Stone rolled down in minutes. The tile texture roller is generally a one-coat application since it applies RollerRock in a heavier coat using about 20% more material. In most cases, the tile texture finish is installed seamlessly on narrower floor areas like bathrooms, pool decks, and balconies. Otherwise, tile patterns are a common and popular effect, especially where greater application control is desired on large areas where installations need to be performed section by section. For best control and uniformity, work in successive floor sections, averaging about 6 feet wide by 4 feet deep, or by a certain number of tiles per section. Roll in a constant V pattern and stop at natural breaking points in the surface or at grout lines. And don't forget that tile size is completely up to you. Some of the best looking large floor installations I've seen were done in larger 2 and 3 foot square tiles, giving the floor the appearance of stone slabs. When using the tile texture roller, load it generously and push downward like this, using firm pressure as you roll. This will ensure that you don't apply the product too thickly, resulting in lower coverage and a lesser quality finish. Once you have the section complete, perform a cross roll, like this, or at least lightly pass the roller over the applied section to remove any unsightly imperfections in the finish. Minor imperfections will generally disappear as the coating settles out and dries. If necessary, you might wish to keep a spray bottle like this one handy to keep edges moist and encourage wet-in-wet blending. Here's a board we did previously using a tile pattern. Let's pull up our stencil and see what we have. There we go, a hard, flexible tile finish, faster and more economical than the real thing. You don't necessarily have to use one of the RollerRock texture rollers to achieve your desired result. A standard 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch nap roller will create good results as well. Finishes applied with this roller can also be applied in either 1 or 2 coats. If it's a 1-coat application you want, 2 coats of primer will be required to ensure best long-term durability. Otherwise, application technique with this roller is very straightforward. Simply load your roller generously and move it around in random directions like this for a natural and interesting texture and speckle effect. Stop playing when you like what you see. And here's the dry result. If you prefer a more uniform, smoother finish, just load up your roller and apply a second thin coat. You can use the same color again or add a different color over the top first, as I'm doing here, for a beautiful two-toned effect. Adding a second coat is by far the easiest option when using the standard paint roller, since it requires absolutely no skill or thought. It's a popular method used for many areas requiring a balance of slip resistance and uniform appearance. Just 2 thin uniform coats and the job looks perfect every time. Okay, to produce the ultimate garage floor finish with RollerRock, there's a special application technique you can employ which uses both the stone and tile texture rollers. It's very easy to perform in either 1 or 2 coats depending on the level of durability you require. If performing only 1 RollerRock coat with this finish, 2 coats of primer should be applied first. On a manageable 4 by 6 foot area, roll down a uniform coat with the stone texture roller. Next, with an empty tile texture roller at the ready, immediately flatten down the product you just applied with the stone roller. Press firmly like this for a steamrolling effect to achieve a flat, lightly textured finish. Repeat this process over the remainder of the floor surface until complete and allow it to cure prior to sealing with Deitsch high-build ultra-urethane clear coat for an easy-to-clean surface that's highly resistant to chemicals and hot tire pickup. For a beautiful speckled stone finish with an ideal blend of slip resistance and cleanability, you can use this application method for most other areas as well. It's very easy to perform and generally provides superior coverage too.